What's up, motherfuckers? You're listening to the Grindcore and Ska Enthusiast Podcast Show, episode 95, with the homies Hardware, special guest. We're gonna talk some cyberpunk and much more. Let's fucking go! What? Alright, what's up, everybody? We're on episode 95. We have the homies Hardware, and we're gonna talk some fucking cyberpunk and more. Say what's up.
What's up?
How are you guys doing today?
Good.
For sure.
Not too shabby. We're looking good, bro. We just had a pizza party, so we're good.
Yeah, pizza party, órale.
Good pizza party, not the Trump one.
Yeah, fuck that fool. Yep.
I didn't say Epstein pizza party.
Híjole, don't get in trouble now.
No hot dogs. We're gonna shadow ban this episode.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, let's first do since it's like a band interview. I never done this before, so let's do a roll call. Let's do each member and what do you guys do for the band?
I'll start off. My name is Ramsey. I go by Rams Rubin. Since our band doesn't have drums per se, I am pretty much the drums. I produce the drums and like synth on Ableton, and I use my turntables when we perform. Kind of do like interludes and kind of mix in as we perform.
For sure.
And I scratch on the ones and twos.
So you're the beat in the background.
Yes, that's me.
For sure. And who's next?
Yeah, Rams is the driving force. I'm Michael, and then I yell.
Oh, for sure.
You do the guitar as well.
Oh yeah, he also plays guitar on our tracks. He does the guitar.
And does he do the lyrics as well, or all you guys?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much all of us. All the songs they're collaborative. We throw ideas, but yeah, he's like Kanye, the lyrical genius. You know what I'm saying?
And he's from Bone Crusher, for God's sake, cool. You know. Some points. All right, we'll talk about songs later in the episode. And the next member, please.
And then we got Mondo over here, aka Mandatory Suicide. I don't slap bass, I play bass. I'm backing vocals, and same thing, collaborative effort. I'm the guy 2 a.m. throwing video clips. Hey, we should do a song about this. You know what I mean?
Nice. All right, let's talk about the origin of the band. Who named it, and what was like the bio of this?
We're just hanging out at a brewery one time, watching punk rocks, drunk, talking about putting together a band, and then thinking about names. And I just thought of Hardware because the movie Hardware, the one that has Lemmy in it, and so forth. But just kind of mainly prior to that too was. Because obviously, being in a band and Mondo's played bass for a while or for a long time. And we've kind of always wanted to do something, but, never really having like a drummer per se. But we always wanted to do something that would incorporate, say, Rams Rubin in the mix somehow. And, something to kind of, tossed around and actually kind of like what I think is like a real big influence, just like in the style per se. Was like Nate No Face, because, a lot of times there's like dark wave gothic artists, or even like Depeche Mode, a lot of 80s stuff where, you had like a synth or an 808 or whatever, drum machine kind of going on. But for me personally, with Nate, that was kind of like seeing actually like punk mixed in that kind of vibe, not just general like, gothic synth or whatever, which, that stuff I do like. But for me, seeing Nate No Face kind of bring in that extra spin to it, and seeing him live kind of really with how the crowd reacted to it. And, it kind of mixed in a lot of stuff of like, again, industrial synth stuff, but punk rock, which I think, really is a big fan for myself. And that's, I think, what we kind of got the talks and working into it. And then, again, one day just drunk talking, came up with Hardware, and then went from just bullshitting around, messing around to where it's at today.
For sure. that guy you mentioned, he's like playing like punk shows now all over the place.
Yeah, so I remember a couple of years ago, kind of first seeing just his like name on flyers, and then during around COVID time or before that, I don't know if it was like Dead Sea or just a lot of other punk shows that would go on, like Taco Punks would be a part of, and they would do a lot of shows like under the freeway or just out in the open, and that's where I would catch clips of him, and that's where I kind of noticed like, oh wait a minute, what is this? Like mixing kind of like punk with like synth and just like a one-man band kind of deal, but it was, and, I thought it was pretty badass. And so that kind of like influenced it, just again with the punk rock and a lot of industrial influences into it. So that's what we kind of incorporate somehow, or at least bits and pieces come out of our brain when we're coming up with songs.
For sure. Back to Mondo. Were you in Pearly's bands before this, or what's up?
Oh, I was. This is years ago when we were youngsters. It was myself, Michael, and our cousin Albert. He was on drums. I was on bass. Michael was on guitar. And we were just, messing around.
Yeah.
In fact, it's funny. One time my cousin Albert, the drummer, he was out and about. And it was me, Michael, and then my sister came over. And they were youngsters, maybe, 12, 13, 14, if that. Maybe 16. And I remember we killed like a 24-pack, and we were doing Misfits covers. So that was like our first fuck-around thing. But I remember my buddy Chris Shin from Lone Soldier, I actually worked with him at UPS years ago. One thing led to another, and all us guys from UPS, a drummer, bass player, me on guitar, and him on vocals, we did a practice, did mainly covers, never had a name. Our band never had a name. Long story long, kind of fell through the cracks. But like how my brother mentioned, we've always talked, we should do this, we want to do that. Getting the chops back with bass. My brother's always played guitar years and years. But it just worked perfectly. Like Michael said, we were drunk talking one day, and then, we should have a band. And Ram's like, yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, you scratching Rams. And my brother, yeah, we should fucking call it hardware. That's pretty much how it came to fruition. My history with music,
And this started in COVID, like 2020, 2022, right?
I want to say maybe like 2-3 years ago, maybe like 21, 22, somewhere around there, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of beers during that time. So.
Yeah, because I remember, sorry about it, but I remember you guys telling me like at a deathmatch show, like, we have an idea hardware, and I was like, and look at you guys now, you guys fucking killing it.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
And aside from the hardware of just like for example, which is funny because now there's more artists coming out with that, or just with the day and age of AI. But that's kind of was like an influence as far as for us too, was just like with like robots and kind of where we're headed now. Which granted, like bands like Fear Factory kind of started in the 90s.
Yeah.
We're kind of talking about all this stuff 20, 30 years ago, and everyone in my opinion is just catching up to it. But that's what kind of started. But it was also kind of like a mixer play from hard way, from wrestling. When you get busted open hard way, you're not bleeding yourself or whatever, you actually get busted legit. So it's kind of a play on that too, which that's why we have a song called that.
See, I didn't know about that hard way little term. That's neat. Cool. And speaking of AI, you guys are saying fuck that shit, huh? We're making our own cyber shit, huh?
Yeah. So like, if I could chime in here, so everyone kind of like touched on their like musical background. I actually grew up like classically trained.
Oh shit!
I played saxophone since like the 4th grade. I played bassoon. I went to an arts high school. I studied music for 4 years.
Cool.
So the Juilliard. So I was like very like classically trained, and I don't know, the only reason I bring that up is because when we first started jamming. These guys were talking to me in terms that were foreign to me. They're like, just double it, do it faster. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. And I'm like, I don't comprehend, guys. Is it 16 notes? Is it 4 bars, 8 bars? Like, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So, but for me, like, knowing, being familiar with punk rock, it was like, everything's DIY. You just fucking do whatever sounds good.
Right.
And for me, it's been fun because it's like me breaking my own barriers of like, get rid of limitation, get rid of structure, do whatever the fuck sounds cool.
Right. So you're learning too day by day.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Or no.
He had to dumb himself to our level.
Yeah.
No,
Get
like
all the-
Ramsey said when we do it, like do like this, Ramsey. We're literally doing D beats on our chest. Do
Right,
this,
right,
do
right.
this. We call it the chingas. We do more chingas, Ramsey. Do that.
Instead of do go da.
Yeah.
Yes. And your logo is a staple gun, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. That obviously just hardware. Obviously, had to be something hardware, some kind of tool. But the staple gun, because again, kind of an homage to wrestling.
Yes.
You know, using a staple gun in there. So that's where it came from. Yeah, because nobody else uses a staple gun because it's
True.
badass.
And actually, Ramsey designed that logo. We took a legit, real staple gun that we bought that he had in his shed, and when I fuck, dude, and Ramsey took a picture, modified it, chopped and screwed it. And to add to what Michael said, you know, remember in the '90s, the PNB Nation, the Post No Bills Nation? Well, how do they do it? They put it with the staple gun, old school fryers. So our kind of, like Michael said, wrestling homage with a double entendre. Where how do we put information up? We fucking staple it up. That's in your face, raw. You know, DIY, get your information out there. So it's a lot of facets to the staple gun. Plus, I'll call it what it is. We try to rip off Bone Crusher and Discharge and those iconic black and white punk logos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Michael, you should come out with like the staple gun when you come out with when you come on stage.
Actually, I was trying to get like a Flavor Flav version around my neck, but got to get a gold chain around it. But I definitely want to.
Yeah.
I thought about staple gunning like a flyer poster to my head or something. But
You
we'll
can make the staple gun like that's your shit right there. That's your logo.
Yeah. So.
Fuck it.
Yeah, patent pending.
Yeah. You guys said you guys are big electronic fans, right?
Well, we're fans of all facets of music, you know what I mean? Like Michael said, from Ministry to Fear Factory and Ramsey, he's actually, him and my sister are professional DJs. They went to the Beat Junkies Institute of Sound. You know, they got DJ Babu, DJ Mr. Chalk, remember back in the day, Power 106? That's their teachers, bro, you know what I mean? So they're professionally trained DJs, you know? So it's all fascinating where literally it's digital, like old school 80s, you get an old school beat, drum beat, you remix it, you make it your own, and if you look at today, Biz Marquee, you got Beastie Boys, and the list goes on, and that's the beauty, because Randy's classically trained, he's got his niche, his little background. Michael, he's been literally all over the world, and I'm just the guy here, you know what I'm saying?
From La Puente.
Which actually kind of goes back to a lot of, like, even if you think about like heavy metal or rock back in like the 70s and 80s and stuff. That's why, like, for example, guitar players with their solos were so crazy, because a lot of them were classically trained guitar players. You know, there was really no heavy metal or soloing like that prior to them, but they just knew all the, that's where they got all the scales from and so forth, like Yngwie Malmsteen and all these other people. That's why you see they're shredding like crazy, because they're just taking classical scales and just adding electric guitar with it and playing it faster. And so that's why it was really crazy. There were like so many of those guitar players during that period. It seemed like, you know, in theory, all of them were playing crazy ass solos, but because all of them literally were just classically trained guitar players. So
yeah, they're just leveling up. Yeah, leveling up, big time. All right, cool, man. And describe your guys' sound like. Is it cyberpunk, synth punk? It's kind of like, I don't know what you guys call you guys.
Before we describe it, I just want to chime in, like, our influence is kind of like all over the place. We've pulled a lot from like conspiracy theories, a lot of like 80s sci-fi movies, and just like random shit that inspires us. And then we've kind of just created a theme off that inspiration. And everything starts off like an idea, maybe like 4 bars, and then we just build it up from there. But Mondo, I think
I'll just chime in, like, from 80s movies to sci-fi to, I think our big, like, kind of masterpiece we first wrote was 1-800 You Dead. I don't know if you had a question about this later, but real quick, that's a real event. Gary Plauché, you know, history is someone who was molested by his karate teacher. Homeboy bounced out of state. They caught him. They extradited him back. And, classic footage. He's being escorted. The molester's being escorted in the airport. And Gary, the dad's on the payphone, turns around, shoots him point blank in the head, hangs up the phone, and then gets arrested. You know what I mean? So that 1-800 You Dead was literally about that, about child molesters, chomos. So we have a purpose with that, but then we have other songs that are, I feel, campy but layered. It means something. Our newest one, we'll talk about that with the premiere later, but I just want to touch on what Ramsey said. That's multifaceted.
So, so pretty much your songs are fucking hard.
It's hardware. I mean,
it's hardware, bro. It has to be.
That's how we kind of explain our sound. Is just really, like Ramsey said,
hard.
It's really just it's really just taking our influences, whether it be movies, current events, past events that creep up into current events and reinvent themselves, so to speak. But it's really just us creating our own soundtrack to our own personal lives, basically.
Yeah.
And especially with that chomo shit, that shit's going everywhere now. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Stupid times right now. Anyways. Cool, alright. So your sound is just what it is. Fuck it.
Pretty much. Well, I don't know if you had a later down in the interview, but I like to pose, you sing this live, bro, so I want to hear your perspective, because you heard the thing, you're just talking about it, and you literally in your face, what was your experience? What's your opinion? Just curious, bro.
I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
You filmed our first set, bro, on YouTube.
Yes. I was gonna say, I consider you guys like a unique group, because like you don't see this a lot, like a DJ and then a bass and then a singer, and that's like a cool little concept, because you guys can set up anywhere quick too and just play ba-boom.
No, yeah, you're 100% right. Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool, and hopefully people will listen to this and get more bookings, because again, I want to see you guys play more. You know.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. In fact, so we have a show this Saturday.
That's right.
A show at Burning Bridge Brewery, June 27th, and we just got booked in Costa Mesa in July. So
nice.
It's almost every show a month where we're gaining momentum, and I know I'm loving it. This is my first time actually playing at venues, living the dream per se. Like I said, Ramsey, he's literally been in scratch battles with professionals. He's done the rigmarole, been hired. Again, Michael's been all over the world, and I'm just riding the coattails,
That's awesome, dude. Cool. We'll talk about the shows in a bit too. Let's talk about your releases. What have you released so far?
So far, just have a release which you could get on BANDCAMP. I think it's BANDCAMP Hardware.
This is Hardware.
This is Hardware, and it's also on Spotify and YouTube and whatever music, Apple Music, wherever you listen to your digital fun while you're taking a shower. But we have a release there called Delete Control, and then we also came out with a single with our friend Nuisance One, who's actually a rapper in the hip hop world, and he does a lot of more kind of like horror rap, so to speak. So it's actually like really cool shit, and it's great beats and great lyrics, and also kind of like same thing, really movie horror influence. And we did a song with him because he's also a fan of wrestling. So we had a song about wrestling called Hardware, Hardway, sorry, and then Hardway, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, we should do a song about wrestling." Oh, we do have one, so we kind of did a version with him, like a collab. And then we have another release called Defense, which is based off the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas. So those are 3 releases, and then we have another one coming out soon.
So the Delete DTRL is your demo, correct? Kinda?
It's kind of like our first release, so to speak. So it's our very first, kind of real primitive. But the Delete Control release, I think it's maybe 8 songs, I want to say. Yes, 7 songs on it. So but that was our first release that we actually put together, probably with over a span of maybe about a year and a half, 2 years. So, and finally got it released, which was really cool.
Oh, well, it took you time to record it, huh? Did you guys record it yourself?
Yeah. Everything's DIY. We would meet up at my house during the week, and I have like a room dedicated to DJing. So I have
Nice.
Microphone set up. I got Ableton. I got a recording interface. So we got
all that shit.
We got a gangster ass rug in the center. So
but no AC and no ice. I'm kidding.
No air conditioning in the summer. But
in fact, because they live, I mean, I'm not giving away too much, but they live in the city of Claremont, so it's a running joke on the song by Fear. It's Claremont's all right if you don't like ice. Claremont's all right if you don't like air conditioning.
Caliente, huh? Cool.
But yeah, definitely DIY as far as everything we've done so far, and obviously probably continue to do it because unless we see a need for anything else, I mean, fuck it, why not?
And there's plenty more songs to write about this fucked up world, huh?
every day.
And plenty of 80s movies, brother, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's a plethora of everything.
Like, I think just Mad Max alone, I'm a huge fan. I think we came up, me and Mike, maybe this song, that song, you know?
Yeah. We probably have like 5 Mad Max songs in our pocket right now. But, yeah.
Let's talk about your, so how many songs do you think you have total, like, in your roster? Like 10?
Yeah, it's like about 9 or 10, I would say. Yeah.
That's a good
right now.
And you can just mix them up on your set, huh? Boom. And...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like right now our set's probably about a half hour or less. Mm-hmm. But we really just aim for trying to just go back to back and just kind of in and out. Live wise, we're not really the type, live to, we're there to present our music and kind of our perception of whatever it is, whether, again, a movie, the world, or whatever we're trying to talk about, whether people get it or not. I don't really care. It's just really us talking about what we want to talk about. But it's also, when we're there, we're not there to be comedians and talk and everything. Nobody gives a shit when they see you live. You just go from one song to the next, in and out. And that's really kind of what hardware's all about. And that's why kind of going along with that very minimalist kind of version of the band, like you said, where in theory you can just set up anywhere, get in and out, boom. Very much like what Mondo was talking about. If you're going around putting up, whether it be posters, flyers, or notices everywhere, talking, say protesting as an example, use a staple gun, boom, one shot, you got it up, go to the next tree, the next post, whatever it is, boom, put it on somebody's face, one shot, you're done. And that's really what we're about, just getting in and out, not trying to do elaborate stuff. And again, it's more, if you see us perform, it's not us trying to boast ourselves. It is what it is. And, nobody gives a shit about what I have to say in between. So
yeah. How many shows have you guys played so far?
We played Long Beach quite a few. Que Sera. We played there 3 times.
Oh, nice.
Played my Ramsey and my sister's backyard, I believe, twice now.
Yeah.
And I believe that's pretty much it, right? Oh, and then here at Full Circle, the restaurant, we played in January. So we've been, and then like I mentioned, we're playing this Saturday here, and then we got shows lined up. So we're gaining momentum, gaining a lot of experience. Like how my brother said, we're strictly business. But my initial, I like gimmicks. Don't get me wrong. So I wanted us to wear cool masks and this, that, the other. But then why we stopped? I couldn't fucking see. I was hitting wrong notes. I couldn't see it. So I'm like, fuck this. Let's just present it and in and out, get the fuck out,
Yes. All right. We're almost to the end of the review. I got a few more questions. Let's talk about your premiere track right now.
Oh, the Modern Threat?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that one we came up with maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
like about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, probably like less than a month ago. Just kind of came with the riff and then music and songs and stuff. It was actually, probably around that time, roughly when, some like all the talk about like the Epstein files and stuff coming out. So it's kind of a song really kind of related to that, which, is a lot of stuff like how, they were saying, like how Ramsey said about like conspiracy theories and such, which, using that kind of example, which for years has been going on. And it's funny because I've brought that up and told people from things like the Franklin cover up to the children's school in Manhattan Beach, and a lot of other stuff just going around the world during that time. You got Dutroux, you got a lot of other stuff like in Europe especially. So, but it's kind of one of those that's been talked about forever. But I think with using the Epstein files, that's kind of like the mainstream version of it. But it's good because it kind of gets people to really like open their eyes to see, none of this was just bullshit talk. This is what's really happening. And I mean, unless you're just lying to yourself to there's no way you can kind of turn your head and still dismiss it to this point. So yeah, that's really kind of what the song's about. And we called it Modern Threat because, it's the tagline into the song is old lies, modern threat. Because again, this has been going on for years and years, and they lie to you and try to cover it up, and it's resurfacing again, becomes a modern threat, just like many other stuff that happens, whether it be in government or whatever's insert situation here. A lot of times been happening a lot longer than you think. It's just whoever is talking about it now just finally woke up or is catching up.
For sure, and this is exclusive, right? Today premiere.
Yep, it's not even up on our BANDCAMP, bro, so you're premiering it.
Yeah, thank you for that. Let's go.
No, we appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
And let's talk about the other track. I'm going to play More Gore, right? Or Gore? What's it called?
Oh, Best Gore?
Best Gore.
My brother could tell you about that.
Let me just interject real quick. So when they brought up Best Gore, I grew up around the same time. We're all the same age, but in my house, we grew up with Rotten.com. I did not know about Best Gore. So they were telling me about it, and it kind of blew my mind. So I was just along for the ride. But yeah, I just want to throw that in there.
For sure.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much just like, like a Rotten.com or a lot of other websites now.
Worse.
That you can kind of, and do your little, your quick DuckDuckGo search. But, it's like the Best Gore was one that I don't even know how I stole up on it. Probably like most people either coming across either like, terrorist beheadings or cartel videos and so forth. But like, so I kind of, hate to say kind of got into it, so to speak, but, really was kind of almost hooked on it, but not necessarily just for like the gore aspect of it, but it was around maybe, I want to say like 2015, 2014. I know it was when Obama was in office, and what really kind of attracted me to it, again, was they would have a lot of videos about the war that was happening with, at the time you had the Free Syrian Army, the FSA during that period, and Obama talking about we're sending support and troops. But a lot of people that would post and submit videos on there were from Syria, were from the Middle East, and they would call them the fake Syrian Army because they were saying, no, these are just a bunch of terrorists just kind of running across the streets and so forth. And so every time, like every day when I would look into it, aside from whatever insert gore video here, I was more hooked on trying to, like, it was almost like following the news firsthand from the perspective of these people showing their videos. Mm-hmm. Like a good example, I would see, say on the news, Obama talking about we're sending aid, we're sending whatever to Syria. Then I turn around and see a video of literally a plane, flying across, and these people in Syria shooting it down with the missile, plane crashes, all these bodies everywhere, and then you see all these boxes or caches with like red crosses on them thinking they're aid, and they literally pop it open and it's literally just filled with machine guns. So it really kind of was like eye-opening to say, holy shit, like here I am hearing one thing on the news, and from the first person's perspective, I'm seeing what's really going on. And a lot of those FSA people, they would show after like years would go by, they see those same people, but now in ISIS outfits and so forth. So it kind of showed how the government, whether it be just the U.S. or other people, kind of help support terrorism that was going on. Mm-hmm. Same thing during the I believe it was I don't know if it was Operation Warp Speed or the one where Obama or the U.S. gave a bunch of guns, Fast and Furious, for the the cartels, where it was originally to like people to fight the cartels, and then you find out all these cartel people are getting these guns, and suppose the U.S. lost track of them because they don't know what happened to the serial numbers or the trackers, or insert bullshit like here. Right. So was kind of watching all the videos on Best Gore. Again, wasn't necessarily just for the gore aspect of it, which, a lot of people would watch. I kind of watched it for like, that was kind of my news alternative with the gory aspect to it. Whoa. Which, say like in Mexico, back in the day, they had magazines called the Alarma, and it would be kind of the same thing, almost like a tabloid, but they would literally show pictures of the bodies on the street and everything right on the magazine that you would buy at the store. Yeah. So kind of similar situation, just not as censored, but that's where that song kind of came from. Is granted, you have the gore where people, you have little Johnny just happen to stumble across a website where kind of shows, with the internet, fast forward to the day and age now where kids are just stuck on their phones. You don't know what they're watching. Mm-hmm. But, me kind of having that spin or take of more, again, from a reality news, so to speak.
You're right, dude, 100%. Even right now with Iran, like, they're only showing you that what they want to fucking show you, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure there's a lot more. I'm sure there's other best gore versions out there that are going to show you kind of the reality of what's going on, which is crazy. So
kind of like the 4chan, some kind of Reddit used to be, you know, they expose like the bombers, like, oh, we caught him, but they say no, this didn't happen. So kind of like that.
You know what's the fucking problem with the government is that the more you hide it, the more we're gonna fucking ask questions.
Yeah, at least those who are paying attention enough, you know. But that's what that 1 minute and 30-second song's all about.
That was a huge fucking description, but fuck it.
Exactly. Talk about short and sweet. So that whole description backstory, we give it to you in a nice little 1 minute package.
Man, Mike could just talk all day. Fuck it.
So, but that's kind of an example of like the stuff we talk about, or the lyrically or so forth. And you know, again, it just kind of all over the place because it's just really just life that we talk about, whether it's our own personal life and experiences or just in essentially what's kind of going on in the world.
Remember, man, life is pain, man.
Definitely is. It's how you take it.
Ups and downs. You know what? That's my favorite song from you guys because I'm in a fucking gore band, right?
Yeah.
Fucking porno grind and grindcore, and that's all I fucking watch and fucking see and listen to. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, dude. Well, I have I think that's the interview, but let's talk about your merch and your links.
Sure. The best way to contact us is probably Instagram. You know, This Is Hardware, or at This Is Hardware. Hit us up on there. Every time you see us, we're probably giving away free merch, whether it's a T-shirt. We got hooked up with some dude on Instagram. He does a lot of metal engraving, so he did some knives for us, some Zippo lighters, flasks,
swords,
little credit card holders, little wallets. So anything and everything that's or leather patches too. We have some cool leather patches are red. They're engraved, look pretty sweet. Hats.
So at
you did some pretty sweet on there.
So at any show you have a merch table, but boom, huh?
Oh, 100%, yeah. You see us on the street, you're probably rocking merch in the trunk, or at the very least stickers. That's the number one thing we'll have. Stickers, cool RoboCop stickers.
Yeah.
I just made a Michael Douglas falling down defense sticker, you know what I mean? But yeah, best way to reach us is probably through Instagram at This Is Hardware. And again, check our BANDCAMP, This Is Hardware. And then again, that's where we're posting shows on the gram. And we check it, our media guy checks it very often, so they're updated regularly, so you get a response within hours time, if that, you know what I mean?
Last question, I just popped in my head. For each track, since you're like you're detailing like this, like Michael was saying, like gore and all this shit, you guys should do like music videos of each song.
Yeah, we should.
Well, actually, it's funny. The one with Nuisance, the version Hardway, we've actually thought about it because he's in the movie industry. He actually worked on Avatar 1 and 2. He's actually going to school right now for actually like gore makeup, you know, behind the scenes, you know, Rick Baker, special effects, Rick Baker kind of stuff. Cool. And he actually did a music video with was it about a year ago?
Yeah, about a year.
But we did a little cameo appearance. He's at a My Pet Monster cool music video. So long story long, we were talking about Hardway, and I mean, you know, we see us around the wrestling scene, Danny. I mean, we JD Horror, we have the fortunate where we're cool with him. You know, Shlack will be down for a cameo appearance. It's just getting the time to do it. But we'll rent out the Florence Arena from CCW from Kyle and Sage, get something set up there, do a black and white kind of music video for Hardway, and have them choke slam us into tables. You know, we've tossed it around, but again,
it's
just getting the time, brother. But that's on our horizons to get that going. You know, Slack in there, JD Horror, and get Sage Supreme. You know. And we know they're down. We know for sure they're down. It's just getting to it. You know what I mean, bro? So, but aside from that, this Saturday, we actually have a relative. He does professional photography, so he's gonna come do some. So we have a nice little digital package to shop it around, you know. So we're getting momentum little by little, but the world's our oyster. We're gonna get there some way soon, you know. And again, we're not in a hurry, bro. We're in the long haul for this. This is it's fun for us. It's a passion. It's what I feel it's what it was meant to be. It makes the most sense. So there's no rush for anything, bro. It took us 2 fucking years to get our first EP out, and even then we listened to it like, we should change this song. We should change it. You know what I mean? So we're just striving to have fun and get our message out. Which is, what's the message? Well, fucking makes sense to us, you know.
And you're just enjoying the ride, Mondo, huh? Because you never been like in a band, so this is like you're loving it, huh?
Oh, I'm on cloud 9, brother. Trust me.
Andale, cool. But that music video, you gotta make that shit happen, motherfucker.
Definitely talked about it, but maybe one day we'll see. I definitely want to do something cool. But
yeah. Let's talk about your shows, and that's about it. That's what your next show tomorrow, and I'm at Saturday, right?
Yeah. So the next show we got coming up is this Saturday. It's gonna be April 4th. It's actually at our restaurant that Marissa and I opened up in Covina, California.
Nice.
Called Full Circle Kitchen and Sound. It's mainly a breakfast restaurant. We started doing evenings, so we're going to do a special event. This Saturday, we're going to have Garden, Nuisance One, Hardware, doing live acts. We're also going to have some DJ friends come through, drop some sets. We're going to have DJ Nightmare, Chop Logic, and Ramo 36. So it's going to be a cool night, like synth punk, horror, hip hop, experimental shit.
Yeah, it's called Theater of Brutality, kind of another homage to wrestling. And it's 132 East College Street in Covina, next to the downtown area. And you see the Laugh Factory that they just built, not too far away. You do about 3 cartwheels to the right, and you're there. So definitely in the downtown area of Covina.
There's plenty of parking.
Yeah, definitely plenty of parking, and there'll be plenty of booze. So
for that venue, you think you're gonna do more shows like that, or just as like just a second show?
Yeah, I would like to. Yeah. We started this restaurant obviously for our love of the music. So yeah, we're always open to doing more shit. We just want to keep the ball rolling. It's been fun building community around the space because we're just meeting a lot of music lovers, and we love all types of music. It doesn't have to be punk. We do a lot of hip hop, soul, reggae. So anything that's good.
Was that even your mission for the restaurant?
No, this whole restaurant has been like organically growing. It's a living, breathing thing.
Because you're making a venue if you're not noticing.
Yeah, it just happened to work out that way. But it's awesome.
Little by little,
having fun.
It's becoming a venue. I'm like, all right, full circle, let's go.
Yeah, definitely full circle.
The nice thing too about us being technically a restaurant is we're all ages. We're not a bar, and we're a restaurant first. So it's pretty nice because we have a lot of flexibility that some of these other venues don't have.
And
2 bathrooms.
Yeah.
And toilet paper, functioning toilets. So
good area too.
Yeah, definitely a good area. And it's the downtown Covina, back in the day for this section used to really be popping. And, unfortunately during COVID, it kind of died down. But, recently it's definitely coming back alive, which is great. So, to kind of see this restaurant be a part of that growth now is pretty awesome. And the support that they get too, like you said, it's definitely growing to a venue. Wasn't really the intention per se, but because I think of all the support and a lot of the friends that they have and a lot of DJs and just what's kind of going down, that's what's kind of organically changing it that way. And it's cool because like Ramsey said, it's an all ages event. So in this area, there really isn't much for all ages per se. There's more bars, you get more of the older crowd, but from a younger crowd perspective, unless you're just going to skateboard the streets and that's it, if you wanted to enjoy, say, like live music or go to an actual venue, there really isn't anything here for that except here at Full Circle.
Wow, so Covina's fucking dead, huh?
But Full Circle's kicking.
Yeah.
Full Circle's the only one that has hardware, so
we're exclusive to Full Circle.
For sure. And then your next show?
After that, it's Burning Bridge Brewery in San Dimas. That's June 27th.
Nice.
That's a nice little spot. My brother actually, SGV Legends Yapo, when James passed away, in this big slam pit in the sky, they did kind of had different singers from Pig Stick, from other bands, doing like a tribute show. So my brother did some 2-3 songs, I think, of Yapo, and that was a great venue. Kids were going nuts in the pit, like literally when you exit the bathroom, they're going straight in the pit, kind of stuff. So that was badass. You can look it up on YouTube. Burning Bridge, Yapo, it's right there. After that, it's Costa Mesa at the Tiki Bar. That's 21 and over. That's July 25th. And again, just reached out. I've been actively reaching out to promoters. But like I mentioned to you, Danny, I know my brothers in Bone Crusher. Ramsey's part of the Beat Junkies. That's fucking a legendary name. But I've taken the approach where I'm not trying to name drop, not trying to this. Just, hey, we have a band going. We're synth punk. We want us or not. Hey, and just grinding that way organically,
Yeah, getting the word out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my brother could literally snap his fingers, get us a show at the Doll Hood, get a cheer, name drop. But we're choosing not to, bro, because this is our thing,
Yeah, you're doing your way.
Yeah.
We're doing it the hard way.
That's right. For sure, dude. All right, dude. Well, that's concluding the interview, and I want to say thank you guys for doing this, and I'll probably see you this Saturday, and you guys.
Hell yeah, bro. You get VIP. Hell yeah.
Well, thank you, Danny, for all your support.
Yeah, thank you, brother, for spreading the word. Not just us, but you're always spreading the word of event. Even it's crazy too, because when we first mentioned you to Ramsey, he's like, "Is this guy live in America? He's promoting Brazil shows and death metal." I'm like, no, he just spreads the scene. He spreads what he loves.
Yeah.
And that's what we appreciate that, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Thank you so much.
I always say it's community. If you don't have community, you're fucked.
And charcuterie.
Todo.
No, but thank you again for setting up this interview, spreading the word, and like you said, you came out for our first show, our full circle. That was the first one here.
Nice.
Hopefully, we'll see you this Saturday. We hope to see you there, bro.
Yeah, if not, I'll see you at Bone Crusher shows and wrestling shows. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, absolutely. At a wrestling show near you as well.
Yes. All right, dude. Thank you guys very much, and I'll send you this shit later, and you have a good one.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Looking for the to get your spine broke. I imply those that are fine, bro. Bye, on fires, I bomb, bro. I was raised by top of savages, programmed to bring home and damages. For land of this, elbow to the go maybe that man on my. Just be great man, get laid up off the balls and off this life and the hook. From my friends, they on my troops. We used to meet up at the homies. Turn back all the apocalypse now. I'm on the power, but look at us now. Look at the way to the hospital game. All we concern is winning and just moving up the ranks. I got what it takes. I'm in love with the pain and the divorce from my brain and the backward stain. And I aim to be the champ, even if it means my life as I wait to the camera and I wait to my girl. Some psycho cuts my face up with a knife.